Hello class, welcome to Pre-Algebra Lesson 1-1, which is all about words and expressions. So by the end of this lesson, you should be able to translate verbal phrases into numerical expressions and use the order of operations to evaluate expressions. So let's jump into example 1, where we practice translating phrases into our algebraic expressions, or the numerical expressions. The directions say, write a numerical expression for each verbal phrase. If we look at letter A, it says 18 marbles divided equally among 6 friends. And I want to turn that into numbers instead of words because writing out that many words is sometimes really annoying. So I'm going to start with the 18. I have 18 marbles and they are divided, so I'm going to put the division symbol, equally among 6 friends. And that's it. That's all I have to write for letter A. 18 divided by 6. That will give me the answer of how many marbles each of the 6 friends gets. Letter B, we have the total number of photos. If there are 9 photos in the album plus 18 more. And that's it. That's all I have to write for those two expressions. 18 divided by 6 and 9 plus 18. Something that makes doing these easier is as you go, underline the key words. So underline any of the numbers and any of the operation words. So added, more, subtracted, less, multiplication, times, divided, all of those things. Any of those words are important to underline. And you can see that's exactly how I got my answers. So 18 went right there, divided went there, and the 6 went right there. Same thing for the 9 plus 18. Okay, now I want you guys to try this problem. Write a numerical expression for the verbal phrase $20 divided equally among 5 brothers. Good luck. Hopefully, if you underline some of the key phrases, you underlined 20, divided, and 5. And then that's the exact order that we need. So letter B is your answer. Why don't you go ahead and try solving one more? Write a numerical expression for the verbal phrase, the total number of DVDs, if Sue has 8 and gets 5 more. Good luck. Hopefully you spotted the 8 and the 5 right away, and then you saw more, and you thought to yourself, okay, more means that I'm going to add. That means that our answer is going to be letter A, 8 plus 5. Okay, then let's jump into order of operations. You guys talked about this last year, and let's refresh it. So order of operations, you probably remember the phrase PEMDAS, and I like to write PEMDAS kind of in a strange way, as you can see. So the order of operations always starts with parentheses. After you've solved and simplified anything in parentheses, you move on to exponents. And then you multiply and or divide from left to right. That's why I put an arrow underneath it. So if there's division on the left, you start with division. If there's multiplication on the left, you start with multiplication, and then you move from left to right. Then same with adding and subtracting. Whichever one comes first from left to right, you do first. So let's practice evaluating some expressions. I'm just going to move everything up a little bit. So letter A, we have 17 plus 36 divided by 9. So I start and I think, okay, are there parentheses? Nope. Are there exponents? Nope. So then I'm looking for multiplication and division from left to right. I see I have a plus and then a divided by. So I am going to divide these numbers first. So 36 divided by 9 is 4. So I have 17 plus 4 left. Now I don't have any other multiplication or division, so I move on to the adding and subtracting from left to right. And I just have adding left. So I'm going to say 17 plus 4 is 21. And I'm going to box my final answer. And that's it for that problem. If you are feeling not so confident with your mental math game, that's okay. You are more than welcome to use a calculator, okay? I will not mind if you're using a calculator. Then letter B, I don't have any parentheses. I don't have any exponents. Maybe you don't remember what an exponent is. That's when I have like 3 to the second power. That's when you have those little tiny numbers up there, okay? But right now I don't have any of those listed. But I do have division and multiplication. So the question is, do I divide first or do I multiply first? You always go from left to right. So that means I'm going to start with my division first. So I'm going to do 24 divided by 8. That is 3. And then I still need to multiply by 3. So 3 times 3 is 9. And then I am done with that problem. Okay, so the key is to remember you have to go left to right. All right, letter C, parentheses. I see a lot of parentheses. So just so you know, these square-looking things, they're called brackets, but they're still a type of parentheses, okay? And if you look, we have parentheses inside of the bracket parentheses. So I'm going to start with the innermost parentheses. That's the 18 minus 6. So I'm not doing anything with the 3 outside yet. 18 minus 6, that becomes a 12. So even though it's a subtraction symbol inside the parentheses, you still do it first. Then I'm going to say plus. I'm not changing anything else yet. Now, I still have things I can simplify inside the bracket parentheses, right? I have a 2 and then a 4 inside parentheses. Whenever you see a number and then another number inside parentheses, that means multiplication. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave everything the same, but I'm going to multiply 2 times 4. So I have an 8. Okay, then I still have things inside my parentheses. So I'm going to do those next. I'm going to do 12 plus 8 next. So I still have that 3 on the outside. 12 plus 8 is 20. And now I have a number and then a number in parentheses. So that means multiplication. So 3 times 20 is 60. And that's my final answer on that problem. I highly recommend that if you did not take the time to copy that problem down exactly like I wrote, take a minute, pause your video, and write it down just like that, because having an example like that is going to help you solve some on your homework. Okay? And letter D, we have 49 plus 31 divided by, or since it looks like a fraction, you can say over 19 minus 14. Okay. The first thing you're going to do is whenever you have a number plus something over a number plus something, or a number minus something over a number minus something, any combination of that, you treat it like there's parentheses around the top, and you treat it like there's parentheses around the bottom. So you simplify everything on the top first, and you simplify everything on the bottom first, or second, before you divide. So I have 49 plus 31. That gives me 80. And then I still have the fraction, right? Then 19 minus 14. So I keep my 80. And then 19 minus 14 is 5. I don't know why my pen keeps changing colors. I'm sorry if that's annoying you as much as it's annoying me. But I can't control it. It just keeps changing colors. So anyways, back to the problem. I have 80 divided by 5, or 80 over 5. Which if I plug that into my calculator, I get 16 as an answer. Okay? So I would say the most important thing for you to make sure you have taken notes on is this slide. So if there's something on the slide that you have not copied down yet, make sure you pause your video and write some of that down so it helps you solve your homework problems, okay? All right, it's your turn to solve this problem. You have evaluate the expression 36 plus 12 divided by 3. Don't forget your order of operations, and good luck. Hopefully you ended up with letter D. You looked at the expression and you said, okay, first it's an addition and then second there's a division. But division always comes first in order of operations. So I did 12 divided by 3, which is 4. And then I had 36 plus 4, which is 40. All right, now I want you to try to evaluate the expression 3 times the quantity of 12 minus 10 plus 14 divided by 2. Good luck. All right, for this problem, hopefully you started with the parentheses and you said 12 minus 10 is 2. And so you rewrote your expression. Then you said, okay, I have 3 parentheses 2. That means I am multiplying. And then I have some addition and division. Since I have multiplication and division, I have to go from left to right. So I started with the 3 times 2 and changed that to a 6. And I said 6 plus 14 divided by 2. And I said division comes before addition. So 14 divided by 2 became 7. And then I was left with just 6 plus 7, which is 13, which was letter A. All right, example 3. Write expressions to solve problems. Sometimes word problems can seem really overwhelming, but if you highlight important information as you go, it gets a bit easier, okay? So that's what I'm going to do as I read. Madison earns an allowance of $5 per week. She also earns $8 per hour babysitting and usually babysits 6 hours each week. Write and evaluate an expression for the total amount of money she earns in 1 week. Then make a table showing what she will earn if she babysits 7, 8, and 9 hours per week. So that's kind of a multiple part question. The first part is we want to write and evaluate an expression for 1 week. So let's go back to how much she earns. Madison earns $5 each week. But then on top of that $5, she babysits. And she gets $8 for every hour she babysits. And since she usually babysits for 6 hours, we're going to do 8 times 6. Because that's going to give me the total amount of money she gets for babysitting 6 hours. So that's going to be my total for 1 week. So 5 plus 8 times 6, that's 5 plus 48 if I multiply 8 times 6, and that is $53. But what if she babysits 7 hours? So I'm going to say she still gets that $5, right? And then she still gets $8 for every hour she babysits. But instead of babysitting 6 hours, I'm going to replace it with a 7. So 5 plus 8 times 7. And since multiplication comes before addition, I'm going to change 8 times 7 to 56. And then 5 plus 56 is $61. And then if she does 8 hours, she still gets that $5. She still gets $8 every hour she babysits. but now she's babysitting 8 hours. So I say 5 plus 8 times 8 is 64. Hopefully you're seeing the pattern to this as we change the hours. So we have 64 plus 5 is $69. And the last one, we were asked to look at 9 hours. So $5 plus $8 each hour she babysits. She babysits for 9 hours. So we have 5 plus 8 times 9 is 72. Or we have $77. Okay, so that was all of the information that question was asking. You can see I highlighted a lot of numbers and information in that word problem. You are probably going to want to try doing that on your own as well. So this next problem, I want you to try on your own. I want you to see the Good Price grocery store advertises a special on 2-liter bottles of soft drinks. The first bottle purchased is $1.50, and each bottle after that is $1.20. Write and evaluate an expression for the total cost when 8 bottles are purchased. So this one's shorter than the problem I just did. But I want you to start by writing an expression. After you've written the expression, you need to make sure you evaluate the expression. Then see if your answer matches A, B, C, or D. Good luck. All right, for this problem, hopefully you said, I'm buying that first bottle of soft drinks, so that's $1.50. And then I have to add on the cost of the other 8 bottles that cost $1.20 each. And if I do that, my total, 8 times $1.20 plus $1.50 gives me $11.10. Hopefully you saw that the answer was letter A. Maybe you didn't figure it out that way though. Maybe you looked at this problem and you said, you looked at letter B and you said $1.50 plus, and then you saw that they only did 7 bottles. You said, that's not what the question asked for, so I'm going to cross that off. And if you look at the next one, there's a random 2 there because they took the 2 from the 2-liter. We're not buying 2 of the 2 liters, so you can get rid of that. And then here you can see they mixed up the numbers. They said that they were buying 7 2-liters at the cost of $1.50 instead of $1.20. So hopefully you ended up with letter A. If you have any questions on this problem or anything else from this video, please be sure to reach out for help. I'm more than happy to help you, and have a wonderful day.